Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Building, Model, and Chatting. I am Taco. It's great to have you as we are in the middle of building ZhaoYun. Uh, we are currently working on the arms. We finished one shoulder. Looks like this. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And we started on the actual arms now. So that's where we're starting today. And we need C6. 8 and 9. Hey, Sugar, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Always great to see you. You always come, and I appreciate that very much. And I was pretty happy today. I was doing some cleaning, and I finally found the Zaku part that I lost during the one stream that I did like 5 minutes of a stream because we lost the essential part in like the first 5 minutes. Ah, dipping the pool is always nice. Been a while since I've been in a pool. Yeah, it happens way too often for me. And it's usually it's usually when I'm preparing a kit for painting. And now like using lacquer paints, like everything's gotta be cut more precise, sanded down further. It's just and now like for the contest build, I kind of have to do a diorama with it, and I've never done those, so that'll be interesting. So it's a lot of like uh, firsts or like learning rather quickly. But actually, I'll show I did spray some pieces today, and I'll show one of them. One of the bigger pieces here. I sprayed it, and it's gonna be hard to kind of tell, but it's kind of a metallic green. And let's see if I can't. Yeah, it's a bright green, and I'm hoping after putting a coat or two of gloss on it, that it'll almost look like candy paint. But yeah, just it. I mean, it levels nicely, but like it just highlights any mistakes you make, just because it ingrains itself so much into the actual piece. But now I have to repaint 3 of them. But other than that, it turned out pretty well. It is metallic green. It is Gaia Notes Jump Win extra metal um, metallic amber green. That is the official color. I was gonna two-tone this kit, but I decided I'm just gonna do full metallic green for the parts that have color, and then the rest will either be kind of like a silver or a gunmetal. This kit here I'm not painting because it's way too complex, and it already looks good. So I don't want to mess with. It was a high price kit, and I just don't want to mess with it. But I do have, let's see, how many do I have in the paint line right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think 5. I have like 5 in the paint queue and 6 in the build queue. So I am set a little bit. Though I tend to go through the building stuff pretty fast. But now that like I have to be more exact, I have to start looking at pieces a little bit better. I tend to always miss 1 or 2 spots. I do build fast. Like this year, I just passed 1 year of building, and I built roughly 75 to 80 kits. Now, a bunch of those were smaller kits, but it was still a lot of kits, and I'm still paying for the kits. But I enjoy it. It keeps me out of my head. And the donations kind of help recoup costs a little bit, so that always is nice too. Yeah, 75 to 80. Yeah, I went through a lot of kits. I was struggling mentally a lot last year, and the kits really helped me get through some of the tougher parts. So yeah, like yeah, it was like a kit almost every 3 to 4 days, which is insane. Okay, why are you not wanting to go in? What did I do? What did I break? You go in there. Okay, now it's a tight fit. There we go. Uh, what I do is I have my live stream build, and then I have my personal build. And now on top of that, I have my paint, paint kit going at the same time. So between the 3 of them, it has slowed down the build a little bit. And now that I'm only streaming 2 or 3 days a week, that has really helped slow things down. And things will slow down even more as I learn more techniques and stuff, or just get more precise with everything. So, by the way, I did try to look up some of the like model info for you, and it looks like Tamiya is like the standard bearer for model kits for the type you're looking for, which they do a lot of the like supplies too. Like I have their cement, and then I have their panel line accent colors. So they definitely, and then I have some of their paint as well. So they have their hand fully into the hobby. Okay. But yeah, I've got a couple ideas for the for the contest build, which in my head I keep talking myself out of sometimes, and I'm like, no, I gotta do it. I told people I'm gonna do it. People gave me some donations for it. I gotta do it. And I just gotta get out of my head about it and just do. One of the kits I was gonna do for it, like I ended up painting it now. That was, I decided like it'd be a good test one just to practice the lacquer painting on. One thing that's nice about the lacquer paints is I pre-thin them. I basically bought a ton of mixing bottles and put in the leveling thinner and the paint all in. And so I have squeeze balls for each paint, and I don't have to, on streams I was spending half the time, taking a pipette and then splash of, thinner here, splash of thinner there, hoping to get things right. And well, I streamlined it. So but diorama wise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That is a whole new concept for me. It was something I wanted to learn. Is I was gonna do I was gonna try and sell some like diorama cubes where like the cube is in resin with the model and the scenery in it. And maybe put like LED lights to light it up. Like when you want. F2-1. So yeah, that's. I was gonna stream last night, but like the lacquer fumes were a little strong from when I sprayed, so it didn't work out. So I don't know if I'll have anyone actually watching today, but it's just how it kind of worked out for this week. And Karen, or not Karen, Kate has her Karen Reed stream going on. Hey, Brian, great to see you. Congrats on Oklahoma City winning the game last night. Okay. I'm excited. My perfect grade Banshee final battle comes Wednesday, and the last of my paints come Friday. So pretty hyped about that. Hope you're, hope you're well. Oh, I'm hanging in there. And I don't know if you caught it, Brian, but I finally found that Psycho Zaku part that went missing during that one stream. And like I was waiting on a part from Bandai for that was like still it's still in the queue for them to like actually send it. So thankfully I found it. And I also found that I didn't cut the other part out. So like I don't know when I was missing a part and when in what part I just didn't cut out, but either way, it's a complete kit again. And I'm currently doing my double O riser. Only had really one issue so far, and I'm still kind of, there's like, it's always those clear green parts that kill me. And one of them is just going to have to be glued on once I decide if I'm going to paint it or not. I'm still debating the painting on that one. If I do, it's going to be pretty much the same scheme. Maybe a slightly different blue, maybe a little darker white, but it will be pretty much the same colors. Same with the Zaku. I'm going to paint the Zaku, which is insane thinking, but I'm going to keep that the same colors too, just because I like the actual colors for them. Hello, Laura B. Yoshi's dad, yep. Yoshi's doing good. He's all fat, plump, and happy. He's actually probably asleep right now. It's around the time he starts going to sleep. And then he gets upset because I kind of wake him up. Because he's in my room and I have to have lights on. But I try to shield it for the most part. So, and I did notice that it actually literally said, put the other part on first. I'm too enthralled talking and not enough building. There's that. So Bandai, I guess, finally released the official price for the new Gundam, and $720, I think, is what they're charging for the new perfect grade new Gundam. Not going to happen. All right. Let's see. Hello, John. And that's Joan of Arc. Had poor appetite. We've upped to temperatures and hoping that will help. Let's see. Uh, have you tried like hornworms or stuff that he really likes to eat? Other than that, let's see here. What other things have I done with Yoshi? Thank you. Uh, Also, if it keeps going and he just keeps not eating, I had to do it with Yoshi once. It's something called critical care or critter care. I'll fig. I gotta look at the bag. It's like critter care, I believe. It, it's kind of like oh, she has never had. We can try waxworms. They go crazy for hornworms. I think part of it is the color, part of it is the size of them. Um, super worms are great. That's kind of Yoshi's go-to for worms is super worms, but he loves his hornworms. But yeah, there's I had to syringe feed Yoshi for a little bit with critical care or critter care. there's like a herbivore version, there's an omnivore version. I think the one you want is the omnivore because it's provides both bug and veggie type nutrients. Yeah, I mean bigger worms, you've got, super worms and then hornworms are the biggest. And man, did they like to crunch down on those. G3. Yeah, we tried. Yeah, I tried that Raspies, and yeah, Yoshi wasn't a fan either. Um, I hear bee pollen is pretty popular. Um, Trying to think of what else that makes them go crazy. Yoshi wasn't a big fan of the bee pollen either, which was fine with me because it made my allergies go nuts just even having it. Uh, but yeah, I basically had to syringe feed the critical care for a little bit. He wasn't the biggest fan of being syringe fed, but no one really is. But I don't know, I would just experiment, see what gets them excited. Hornworms are probably going to be the best option. Granted, you don't want it to be a permanent diet thing for him because they're pretty fatty, but should get him eating. Otherwise, the only other thing I would say is maybe take a stool sample to the vet, see if he's got like a parasite or something. That would be my only other thing. Yeah, Yoshi does that same thing. I pretty much have to like hold his head in place and kind of wedge the syringe in there to like get him to eat it. I mean, you could try doing the critical care just like in a bowl, but I had to syringe feed it for him to eat it. Anytime, anytime. We don't just talk gunpla on here. We talk about reptiles as well and other various topics. All right. B2, B3, C4. There's C4. B3. All right. Ah, we're down to just doing one of them now. I see. So move this one to the side. The crafty ASMR. I've been told I put that my ASMR puts people to sleep, which I guess is kind of the goal of ASMR. I mean, I could try to do the you know the like breathy whispers, like welcome to building a model with Taco. I hope you're all doing well today. And then like half the piece. I will be using the file. Yeah, I won't do the creepy voice. Last thing I need to be labeled is a creeper. Okay, what did I just cut? Let's see. This B2. Cut. Okay. B3. 4. Well, I'm glad my regular voice sounds calming. I mean, I could try to do the exciting voice, but like, I had trouble even doing that when I was playing video games. I have to admit, I was never good with like the whole like loud surprise voice or animate more animated type voice. That's what I'm trying to get at. I was never really good at that. But hey, maybe I'll have to add ASMR back to the tags. The like 8 billion tags I have on in the description. I took it off because sometimes like YouTube was burying ASMR videos that weren't like technically full ASMR videos. So I had stopped for a little bit, but maybe I need to take it, maybe put it back up. Let's see, how do you get down here? Okay, it's the higher. There we go. Okay. Well, I mean that critical care stuff you do add water to it. It's not just like, just like boom. It's actually like you do add water to it. It's supposed to be this way. You'd pay $720 for a really big Iron Man diorama, but not a perfect grade, new perfect grade. Yeah, your old kitty. Oh, your cat shrieks like a banshee. I had a dog named Kitty. We actually, unfortunately, she died last year. But he was our little cute little alien dog. He was very different than any normal dog. But she was cute and I loved her. She was a Bashan Frise. But we also believe she was mixed, even though the person we buy her from claimed that she was purebred, but we couldn't put our finger on it, but it just she wasn't. But yeah, she was a character. She was the most stubborn dog. Now it's just Yoshi and my sister's poodle Gus. He was just a big oaf. She's been trained to be our service animal, and it hasn't worked out the best, unfortunately. He tends to he does great through all of his classes, and then when it comes to test time, suddenly he's just like, nope. He's just a poor test taker. Bashan Freeze. No, it's French. It's like Frise, or I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. I'm not the best with pronunciations. It's looking like an arm. Go figure. One. I was looking at possible like organizers for this desk that like it'd be able to store the tools better and have runners on it or runner holders on it and everything. And and they want a fortune for that stuff. I think for the setup that I was looking at, it was like $300. I was like, nope. I'll stick with uh, I'll stick with what I have. Yeah, had to add the term educational. I don't know if anything I do is educational. No, it's just because custom. Well, it's not even that custom, but it's a nice wooden storage thing, and it's big, and so it's what they charge. And so it just wouldn't work out for me, especially since I only do like my live stream stuff down here. I don't have a steady hand. I have a tremor, actually, believe it or not. I have an essential tremor. The meds help, and then doing this actually does kind of help. But there are days when it's been bad, and you could tell on stream, like I drop more parts and just have trouble holding parts. You just gotta learn to do it like in a way that works with with your steadiness. There's little tricks like putting your hand on the table while you're like sanding or cutting, where you're putting pieces together. There's I believe there's like tools that like have where like you can rest your hand on and stuff too. So there's stuff out there. And then patience wise, I lack patience. Like it may look like I have patience, but like I'm having to learn really to be trying to be patient with painting. I am not patient with letting things dry as long as I should. Um, I have lots of issues doing water slides because they're so tedious, and I just lack the patience for it. See if the piece jumps out of my hand. Sometimes I can catch it before it falls. I haven't cut myself bad yet, so that's a good thing. I look forward to doing that on stream sometime and having end the stream because I need to go get stitches. I am definitely not more educated. I'm just good at improvise or acting like I am. Do not sell yourself short. Unless you're actually like 4'6", then you can sell yourself short. That's my joke of the day. Well, if it happened to her once, then I am good. Because she's pretty popular. There we go. It's looking all fancy. E1 again. And B5. B5, we need 1. Yeah, I don't sell myself either. If I tried to sell myself, I'd get returned right away. I should have made it ex-fiance joke there. Okay, let's see here. We're actually getting through this fairly fast today. All right. Let's see here. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is good. Okay, this goes like so. This goes up here like so. Come on. There we go. And finally, this goes here like that. So there's our arm. Yeah, now it's like 8 billion hand things, which I'm not going to worry about the hand stuff as I hit the boom here. I'll probably do the hands on my own because that is just a lot of tedious cutting that you don't necessarily, not exciting. It's kind of tedious and I don't know, just not that good. So then this goes in here like so. And then it would go like, I gotta move this somehow. Like this gets in the way. I don't understand it. It's like, why make it like that if it's, so I think, no, that's the way it's supposed to go. Anyways, just slowly maneuver that on there. It's not, there it goes. And there you have it. That's what that looks like. Help if I actually had it on full screen here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I think it looks good. It'll be impressive when it's all built and then it's built on the horse as well. Because here's what we have. We have this too as well. So I mean, I'm not going to attach the waist yet because usually what you do is you attach the legs and then you attach the waist to it. But it looks like that. We can get that all. Can we get that in the full screen? But it the kit lends itself to be like that, and it is a very beautiful kit. I will definitely say that. It was a pricey kit, but it was worth it. It was one of my Grail kits. Grail means like one of like your most sought after kits. And actually, Bandai just announced they're reprinting two of the kits that were on my Grail list because they were out of print. They had been out of print for quite some time, but now they're back. They're going to be back in print in November to sometime next year or sometime is the release date. The only thing that sucks is they're both like 150 each. They're big kits, but still like ouch. It's the Faz, the full armor double Zeta, and the other one is the S Gundam / EXS Gundam. My top rail is right now it goes on eBay for like $600, and they just had a reprint pretty recently. So, and I wasn't able to pick it up. It was like 300, I believe. It was like 300, 350, something like that, when it was up for limited pre-orders. And that was the Perfect Grade Unicorn Perfectibility. Beautiful kit, but I have trouble justifying those prices. As much as I love this, building them, it's really hard to justify those type of prices. Yeah, yikes. I mean, once you start hitting Nintendo Switch 2 / PlayStation 5 type prices, you've kind of priced yourself out of my league. I've heard mixed things about the Switch 2. I've heard there's a bunch of problems with it. Like battery life is awful, and some of the batteries are like exploding. Like there's a lot of overheat issues, and then apparently some of them have a staple through the LED screen. So, your usual launch issues. I think the staple through the screen was a GameStop thing. They were stapling the receipt to the box for the pre-orders, not realizing that the staple was going through into the LED screen. I'm like, people got fired for that. I mean, could you imagine getting it home and then seeing that the staple is in your screen? And then you have to like take it back to like GameStop and be like, dude, you put a staple in my screen. And it's not like they're going to have like a bunch of extras either. So they basically got to refund you your money, and you don't end up with the Switch 2. I'm like, I'd be demanding more than just my money back. Yeah, and who knows? Though I saw I was seeing that they're still out in the wild quite a bit. I haven't seen by me. I haven't really went out to look, but I've heard I heard Nintendo sent a lot more than people expected, and it basically allowed for okay, how's this go? Yeah, like that. Okay. This one goes here. And yeah. So I don't know. I doubt they're still out in the wild, but you probably have a better shot of getting a Switch 2 than Pokemon cards right now. That is crazy. I love watching videos about it though. People freaking out and scalpers fighting. Oh, that's great. Love it. Great entertainment. Adults fighting over Pokemon cards. Like, you really need to reevaluate your life if you're fighting people over Pokemon cards. And I'm totally rooting against the scalpers because I mean, kids want to play that game, and these scalpers have made basically impossible to get stuff. They're not kids inside. They're scalpers. They're taking them and they're selling them. And some are scammers too, where they reseal packs after they've taken the good cards out. Or what they'll do is certain ones you can like do like a metal detector on it, or they'll weigh them. And like a heavy pack will have a rare card in it. So like they'll like not they'll open those ones and sell the non ones. And they are just fighting over them. It's crazy. I love it because these people are pathetic, for one, and then two, the fights are great to watch. But they're the kids no one likes. Could be they're acting worse than kids. I believe kids would act better than what these adults act like, in my opinion. I mean, people are fighting in grocery stores and in line at like GameStop employees are like skipping the line and buying them. People are stealing like the graded cards in the mail. Like people send them out to get graded, and like people like steal those, which is interesting because they have serial numbers on them. So like if someone were to ever try and sell it on like eBay and stuff, like it would show up as stolen. So I'm like, well, that's a real good move. And I think this is going to be the final parts for today. We are pretty much at the 1 hour mark. And as usual, I like to stay at that 1 hour mark, like at or just a little bit below. That is usually my goal. Yeah, come on, get in there. Let's see here. Yeah, this piece is not. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's where it slipped out. And now it wants. Come on. There we go. There we go. All good. Yeah, I would agree. It's not pathetic, but it's also not like a good look. And I think it lacks moral character. That would be a better way to put it than pathetic. Is that they're lacking some more moral character. Anyways, I want to thank you all for watching, especially Laura B for being in chat and chatting away with me, making it easy for me. I always like having people chat or active in the chat. It makes it a lot easier to talk. Otherwise, I'm trying to come up with things as I'm doing it. Anyways, it was great to have you all. And to all the replay crew, thank you for watching on replay. And until next time, be kind to one another, enjoy your hobby, and take time for yourself each day. Bye.